Okay, I was called Joseph again. I'm called to respond to just the opening statement of Ron today, where he says that truth doesn't set him free. Last time he talks, he said the light of Jesus, the light of Jesus. It's written in the Bible that is filled with lies, so that's why he would dismiss it. And the same here, where he tries with the idea that the truth will set you free, but it doesn't help it. It doesn't help him. Well, the problem is, it's a different dimension. If I have to add it to the dimension theory that I'm making, it's an example. Well, the truth about the whole time that he speaks about, the truth of corruption, the truth of that way you see Luciferian mind uh, juggling the whole ideas about existence and influencing others and putting them under confinement, and you see all this, and you say that it doesn't set you free, the truth doesn't set you free. It is that you don't depend on the truth here, you depend on your own words. Your own words will not set you free. Your conclusions will not set you free. When when they are spoken, but on the spiritual realm, they will be completely effective. You will not believe this anymore. You will not believe the lie anymore, but you don't trust you're not believing it to be effective, because it is only your words about it that need to be effective. So you're caught in impression. You want to impress yourself and be confident with your impression and leave the truth behind. The truth was that you realized it. And the same thing with the light of Christ. They said that if you live in the light of Christ, then you will reach the kingdom of heaven. But you don't reach the light of Christ. In your mind, you don't believe it because it was written in a book that is full with lies. So now you will not trust the light of Christ, you know, and you don't reach the kingdom of heaven because you didn't trust it. You see, you following false narrative, false instruction about the whole life. You live in the lie, you are against it, but still you live in it and you obey to it because there's no other way for you, you say. But there is a way for you. Look at all the nature about you. The old world is behaving freely. The question if a human being behaves freely, it's upon him to answer. If you know all is false, is all is lies, you become closer to nature, which is not hearing this at all. Maybe it is affected by it, maybe it is being influenced, maybe it needs to uh, modify itself to change its structure, to react to it, and to the nature perhaps changes to where it is unaffected by this brutal culture that of humans that believe in what they say. So you believe in what you say, so you believe that your words will set you free. So if your words will set you free, at least start to talk from the truth. Believe in the thing that you're saying. Talk from the truth. Don't criticize yourself, and don't put your sight, your insight, and your intuition Don't push it aside because it is not effective, you think. But look at you, just practicing it on the little bit that you practice, only trying to present the truth, although you don't believe that the truth will set you free, but it does. So it's time you consider the life and start to give your attention to the real that is happening here, and this reality that is happening here is subject to your intuition. It's not a discussion on the Senate floor, and it's not a discussion between whoever, and it's not between your friends. It's about you, what your intuition says. So you have to trust yourself. You ask yourself who you are. Where am I to trust? So now you will ask the question where push yourself off the trail. So you need a definition of yourself to be. So you're all trapped in your mind. Come on. You exist whether you think about it or not, whether you have one thought or not. The fact that you have a dialogue is a plus. The fact that you have a monologue, an inner monologue, it's something that you will have even without words, without concepts. In my case, for example, I have very little concept. My conceptual mind is very, very much to the point. I don't have a word discussion in the discussion about anything. The only discussion that my inner monologue is built with actually not pictures, but it is a movie. I see a multidimensional vision for everything. If you say something, I can see what you looked at. I can copy into your site and see what you've looked at to a little or greater extent. I can see so much of what you saw. Maybe I can see a lot more than you noticed in your vision. Can you imagine there are people like this? So how else can you interpret what the Senate say? It's your own visions, your own imaginary, what you imagine. So I'm on that side and completely. Everything is visualized. I see even the whole slalom, the ladder of dimensions visually. It's not a physical visual. It's a non-physical visual. But from the non-physical visual, I can describe to you the dimension, the order of the dimension, how they affect you, how you behave in these dimensions. So I trust the non-visual, I trust the visual that is the movie. I don't trust the thought unless they're condensed, they put into very sharp, very precise, like a poetry, that you can bounce again. It's never anything solid. It's just a play of words that could pull you emotionally into seeing more and into eventually solving the problem, because the solution is attractive, because the solution is positive. So you go for the positive. You don't look for technicality, which will lead you there. So yeah, so this video was a response to show the relations between the spoken words, between the spoken thoughts, and the life, the truth of life. The respecting the truth of life is what will take us out of this. The truth of life that doesn't need words to exist, doesn't need concept to debate. It's just the truth that being exchanged between us, that we are alive. Though perhaps you don't trust that you are alive if you don't have the right prescription, but you are. Anyway, I'm Joseph. Thank you again today. Another video, many videos, in fact. Yeah. So thank you, Joseph.